समझ मीटिंग स्क्रीन शेयर करें कीजिए अभी पोस्ट अभी आप ही बनी हुई है सर and as you know that this session topic is connecting and communicating with parents. So before starting this particular topic, we should have to understand the benefits of communicating way of life. And before sharing one of the slides or the first slide, I would like to tell you an incident about a professor that once a professor has invited some of his students to his house for having tea and or for having coffee. Okay, and when the students reached, the professor had bought a jug of coffee of different colors and of different designs mug for the students. Um, then the professor has invited the students to serve or to take self-servicing for themselves. Okay, and the students had done the same thing. The students, whoever means according to the choice, they poured the coffee in the mug and they took it in the mug. Okay, and when the professor had seen this one, so he asked the students that you have taken the coffee in the mug of your choices, means in the mug of your designs, and how do you feel about it? So on that, the students were very delighted and they had respond that because we had like this red color coffee and because we like this green color coffee, this design coffee mug, so we are enjoying it. Okay, on this, the professor said that yes, this is life and life is a coffee mug. Okay, life is a coffee actually and we pour it in the choice of our mugs. So life is our choices, and we know whether the decisions which we take are the choices we make in our life. But then the questions may arise that how can we able to make or how can we able to train our children to ask decisions or to make choices in their life? So for that, we should have a good collaborations with the parents. Okay, and without whose support, it is not at all an easy job to be success in this particular thing. Okay, so this was actually was an incident, and through this we can come across that why communicating and connecting with parents are very essential, and how can we able to give the efforts, how can we able to establish the future of our students. Okay, so you can see the very first slide, which is actually all about the 5 forces and 5 causing or 5 effects of communicating with the parents. So these are the few factors due to which we can able to communicate with the parents and make it efficient. Okay, so the first one is all about the automations. So as we know that children's brain are developing each and every day and exposed to technology, okay, at the higher rates. And they're thinking which the parents actually are missing about it. Okay, then the parents desire to have an interactions role. But this internet approaching thinking of the child campaigns the desire of interactions along with their child. And interact with parents, they don't only become social, they are also aware of so many small things. Okay, rather than only getting the knowledge from the books. So they already have different skills as like communication skills, as like conversation skills, as like listening skills and all. Okay, so they also know how to make an eye contact, when to make an eye contact. Even the students also have addicted to some of the gadgets sometimes, and due to which they spoils their health. Okay, this spoils their eyesight, and even sometimes they were being suffering from insomnia as well. Okay, so these one is all about the automations. Now we are having the globalization. Okay, so second we have globalizations, and globalization also has an effect on children. And we know very well that children are not believing in joint families nowadays. They don't prefer the long term relationship. Okay, and which is very difficult for them to spend their lives in a joint family and spending a long term relationship with someone. And in such things, the parents are also playing a vital role, and they also have some means hand upon it in the globalization, that parents are restricted or means restricted towards outdoor games, and because of which they feel the children that they might get into bad companies. So this one is all about the globalizations. Third point, which is actually one of the factors through which we can able to need the requirements, or we can able to enhance, or we can able to need to communicate, make this communications stronger, which is enculturations. Okay, so when we talk about enculturations, so today the young people means the children, they just want to acquire norms or the rules. Okay, they wanted to change the society. They adopt the things from Western culture. They adopt the things from outside instead of self reformations. Okay, means their whole cultures, their own beliefs, and their own customs. They are trying to adopt the others' culture. Okay, and when the students who are going through all these things, then the addition was pandemic. Okay, so pandemic also plays a vital role in which all the activities were confirmed to a house. So as a result of all these, means the suffering students had changed their behavior, and that they spoils their futures, and they get into some of the mental or, disorders also. So why are these things happening? Okay, the questions may arise in that also, and how can we these all things can be overcome. So as an educationalist, we all have a duty, we all need to have the skills in the students. So there are so many skills like means which children can inculcate, and by which they will overcome from their anxieties and from their depressions. Okay, so this one is actually the five factors of communications, due to which we can able to enhance and we can able to increase the communications skills means with the students. Now we are having 9 skills of children which are need for their futures. Okay, so these are the 9 skills. As you can see on the screen also, they are only altogether 9, but we can enhance also more than that also. So as we know that most of the parents in India, means in majorities, they belongs from a rural background. Okay, and they are not even fully educated as well. So ultimately, they don't know which career the students should have to select. So in order to equip means the students, they won't able to take them the right decision. Understood? And it is very important also that they develop these 9 skills that which ensure or which surely helps them in the futures to make them bright or to make them a responsible citizen. So first one which the child needs to develop is love for learning. Okay, today most of the students learn because we have been asked them to learn, not only because that they love to learn about it. So when they learn something, means when the students started learning something by themselves, they started loving towards something, they will learn it passionately. Okay, so as we know very well that our passion is the only driving force which help us to do any of the things in our life. Then now learning also needs skills. Okay, and how to learn, that is the main questions. And learning can be through different methods, as like theoretical methods, as like learning can be done through experiences. Okay, so experiential learning is also essential, is also very always been considered as a good thing. Now we have the third nine skills of the children which are a need for the futures, which is about self knowledge. So self knowledge is now means another thing. Okay, means the children should know himself or herself first of all. He, what is their interest and what is his or her passion is all about it. How should he or she know about his potential, about his capacity? Means all these things comes in the self knowledge or in the self realizations. Okay, then if we move further, means in the nine skills of the children, then we can find it out about the people sense. So how to sense the people, that is also essential part of their life. That how to recognize them, means who is teaching good or bad things, and who is a good person to whom we should have to, or the children have to communicate with. Okay, so which person they should have to go along with. So these are the things which are included in the people sense. Next we are having communications, and we have seen from the beginning only, and as we have seen the topic also, that communication is very essential, is very one of the vital thing in everyone's life. So in a student's life also, being communicating with the parents also is very essential to have a good communicator. Okay. Further, we have worldliness, which we can also call it as dunyadari also in Hindi. So worldliness actually is about the parents. I means nowadays, as we know very well, that parents are becoming too very protective. Okay, and because of which the children don't know about the outer world. Means they don't know that what are the difficulties or what are the obstacles they are going to face it means in their life or in their future. So if they are not been aware, they are going to deal with only the such things which have been only taught to them inside the particular boundaries. Okay, and because of which they are in the protective environment, and they are not able to be aware about the external, means about the outer world. Further, we are having comfort with complexity. So the whole family is, means the whole system of life, means living has become too much complex nowadays, and this is only because children find comfort in their complexions. Further, we have about the goal settings, that we are observing that means in the nowadays that children are passing class 12 and they have been graduated, but still they don't have any awareness, they don't have any means target to achieve about it. So children should have to set their goals, okay, of their lives. And if they don't have such targets, so even means as being, if we talk about ourselves, being as being an adult also, we also sets our goals every day, and what we have to do, what we have to complete, what we have to achieve in the whole day, we also set something like that kind of a goals. So there's a responsibility for the children also, that children should have to set up their goals. As we know very well, as I told you just now, that many of the students, many of the children who has completed their 12th and they have completed their graduations, they don't know how to apply. Means they don't know where to apply and for what they have to apply for. Okay, so all these things can be developed only when their minds are open. Means open minds means open to suggestions, open to feedbacks, means what they have to adapt, what they have to reject, all about it. So these all things are being considered in the nine skills of their ability, means nine skills of um their futures and all. Okay, further if we discuss means if we go ahead to the next slide. So we have the effective ways, means which is actually the main topic of this session, the effective ways to communicate with the parents. And before then that, let me tell you a case study that once there was a girl who has been admitted to class 11, and she has selected science as a subject, means she has taken the science stream. Okay, and when her exams has been conducted, so she got very poor marks in physics and in mathematics, or maybe in some science streams. But after that, when the principal, means when the class teacher has call upon their parents and try to find out the reasons that why means she is getting poor marks in science streams, and as she is selected by her own choice, so what is the matter all about it? So when the communication started with the parents, means along with the teacher come across it that the mother in the family, means the mother of that female child, means the mother of that girl, was been suffering from a serious disease, means like cancer. Okay, and due to which the child was not able to get focus, and after that, means after listening all the queries of the parents, after listening all the means collecting all the biodatas of the families and all, the teacher suggested to take her means humanity as a subject. Okay, and then means the girl child has again been asked to prepare for the exams and give it, means in the forms of humanity. So after some days, means when the girl has taken humanity as a subject and she has performed her exams, she got the appropriate marks, means, and when the parents has again been called upon to give the feedbacks about the child, so on that it was been seems that it was actually the interest, means it was only been possible being connected with the parents only. So as we have seen that communicating with parents are very essential. When we communicate and when we connect with the parents, the things becomes easier. Until unless we don't be connected or being don't get deal with the parents, it's means that problems will always be considered as a problems. And as we know that every problems has some stories. So now let's take a look that what are the effective ways to communicate with the parents. That if the parents means if the children, means if the child develop all the 9 skills and becomes perfect, okay, so he will be able to survive and successful, means in the future. But then for this, how can to go and how to get about all these things, how to reach particular destinations. So for this, dear audience, it is very important that the teachers and the parents that they collaborate and they communicate and they join hands together to nurture a child to a responsible citizen. Okay, so we know very well that communications with parents is so very important that so many times, means we have also seen that the child is not settling in the school, not settling in the classroom, not settling in the hostel as well. So don't we need to go in depth of the problems? And as I told you just now, that every problems may have some stories behind it. And there are so many students in our schools also who don't do goods in the academic. Okay, so when we try to find out, there are some problems at homes, might be there may be some problems in the joint families, maybe there are some problems in the parents also. Okay, and so many children are having their single parents, some are having their problems from the neighbors also as well. And this is of which maybe from neighbors, as I told you, they maybe they have some issues from the neighbors, and due to which the child may get disturbed. Okay, so it's our responsibility, it's our duty, that we should have to talk with the parents and try to find out the solution about it. And when we talk with the parents, we also come to know that the problems of the child as well. Child may also have some issues, may have some dyslexia issues, that he couldn't able to understand the language of the teacher, couldn't able to attempt or couldn't able to follow the instructions which have been given in the classrooms. Okay, so we can easily able to come across the problems of the child as well. And might be the child are very well understand the parents and the teachers on the same pages. So even if the child wants to mislead, okay, or the child is not finding out the ways, so we can resolve it by communicating with the parents. Okay, now so there are so many ways to communicate. But you see, in the pandemic, online means we have seen that in the pandemic that online technology has taught us to get connected, even if we are means not physically present, means if you are not visiting to schools, if you are not physically being arriving to school, but still then the importance of physical presence is always and always has been a boom. Okay, so physical presence and physical dealing with someone is paying a lot rather than having online methods, or rather than communicating through online modes and all. Okay, so when we deal face to face with the parents, okay, so it gives actually a different kinds of impact to the students also, or to the child also. And so the best thing say is to call upon the parents and talk and discuss about the child. Is better to be a physical means teacher and to be a physical performer or physical dealer to deal with the parents physically. And means we can send the survey sheets also through online methods, but dealing or means considering with someone means try to sort out the problems or try to find out the problems, you should have to do face to face with the teacher, means with the parents and all. Okay, so we can send the survey sheets. We can also send the details information sheet through online method. But as we know that means communicating with face to face is paying a lot in, and it's going to be always in an effective mode. So we should have means have open houses, means events or discussions, or we can call the parents through we can come to know many things and about the child. And as I told you that we can also come across the problems which have been dealing with the child, maybe from the parents, or maybe from the neighbors, or maybe somewhere in his own families, or might it may have the issues inside of the child also. So this is only been possible when we are going to be connected and going to be communicate directly with the parents in the physical form. Okay, and as we know that there are so many things which the parents wants the school to do. Okay, they have so much of means desire, means they are expecting, their expectations are so much that they think that so much of things should be done in the school only. And they also even give suggestions as well. Okay, so interacting with the child to gain confidence, that parents along with them also, means if we are going to deal with the parents in a physical form, that also gains the what to say, the potential, and that also gains the confidence in this child that the parents are also interested in his queries or in his life. Okay, so connecting and communicating with parents has always been considered as a necessary part of a thing. So at last, we can say that by interacting, you may know more about the child, and the more we know about the child, it will be easier for us to handle the child, means in the classroom or in the school as well. Now I'm concluding this session with one of the quotation of one of the famous personality, who is Albert Einstein. He used to say that I fear that that the day the technology will surpass our human interactions, and the world have a generations of idiots. Okay, so this statements or this quotation is too much true very well, and that is very much true, because the physical presence and the emotions are bonding with which other child gets in schools, or when the parents and the teachers they interact face to face, they discuss the child, means they discuss about the means the attitude, or means the day-to-day activities about the child and all, and sometimes in front of the child as well, and might be sometimes in the absence of the child, but they discuss the child, and this pays a lot. Okay, so this topic is actually not to talk and not to being in theories. It is a topic to be a brainstorming. So this one is all about the session, means how to be connected and how to be communicating with the parents. Okay, so I'm ending the session. Thank you so much for being attentive audience. Thank you so much.